Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Linda Buck, who is here on behalf of City of Hope. Well, Linda, thank you so much for joining me. It's very nice to meet you.
My pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
Now, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I know that this is primarily who you work with are patients and survivors. And you are also a survivor yourself, so we'll get to that in just a bit. But before we get into those questions, tell me a little bit about how common breast cancer really is.
Yeah, so breast cancer, 1 in 8 women nationally will develop breast cancer. And that's thought to be a little bit higher in Orange County, coming up to 1.7 women in Orange County. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. And then tell me about age, because there was originally it was thought to be a certain age, and now they've changed.
I mean, I have had patients from as young as 27 all the way up into their 90s developing breast cancer and being treated for breast cancer in such a large age span.
It really, I mean, my gosh, I didn't realize it would be that young. So if you were to tell everybody right now what's the most important thing to do in regards to checking for breast cancer, what would you tell them?
So we do encourage women to keep their annual screening, following up with their physician, as well as doing self-breast exam, on a monthly basis throughout their life.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. So you had breast cancer yourself. When did you have it?
So I developed breast cancer in 2011.
Okay.
And so I'm almost 10 years now.
Okay. And were you already an NP at that time?
I was not. I was actually in graduate school for my MP program, my first semester when I actually got my diagnosis. I had been an oncology nurse for 30-ish years already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew exactly what to expect. I mean, obviously from the point of the beginning all the way to the end. So do you think that because you had that knowledge already that it made you less afraid?
Absolutely. It was kind of like shop talk for me because, my breast surgeon, usually we don't call people and give them that kind of news over the telephone. But I said, look, I want you to call me as soon as you know. And so, I can picture at this moment, I'm driving home on the toll road, get a call from her. I already knew what the answer was going to be. And so right away, I just went into, okay, this is what I have. This is what I'm going to get. And I very soon met with the oncologist, and we just had a discussion back and forth about what his plans were and what I was willing to do. And yeah, we were really on the same page because I knew what I needed.
How did you find it?
I didn't find it. It was actually found on just a screening routine mammogram. And interestingly enough, I was late that year, which was just a blessing in disguise, because had I got it on time, and I'm not recommending people be late, but because I was late, it showed up, and it was very, very small. And, maybe I would have been 10 months later for my next mammogram, and then that could have made a completely different outcome.
Right. Well, no matter what the timing is, having your yearly checkup and mammogram sounds like it's something we all should be doing on a regular basis.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So now what do you do with the City of Hope now?
So I am the nurse practitioner in medical oncology, primarily focusing with breast cancer. I have the privilege of working with Dr. Wade Smith, medical oncology, as well as Dr. Hang Dang, our breast surgical oncologist. And the three of us have worked together for a number of years already. So we kind of all just transitioned over to City of Hope when City of Hope came to Orange County. And so I see patients just like Dr. Smith does. I follow them throughout their whole treatment regimen, managing side effects, ordering medications that they need, just supervising their care along, with Dr. Smith.
That is awesome. And what do you think about the Newport Beach operation?
It's fantastic. I mean, it is so exciting to be there, to be a part of it. And, you know, as a survivor, it's even more exciting because I know what it was like to be really sick and have to go to the doctor. I cannot imagine having to have driven, you know, 2 hours to a place like City of Hope. And now we offer that here close by.
Oh yeah, and we had spoken with Annette some time ago, and when she was very early on talking about coming to
Mhm.
Orange County, and now you know you're going to have a big compound basically
Yes.
in the Great Park, which is even more exciting because now you're going to be able to do probably pretty much the same things you do in Duarte.
Yes, we will have clinical trials there as well, which we don't have yet, although that's in the works, even for the community setting. So that's exciting. But once our main campus is up and running, which is already in process to make that happen, you know, in the next, I don't know, I think sometime by the end of next year. And we will just have so much to offer, including our imaging and, you know, procedures and lots more than we can do already.
So let me tell you, let's talk about the technology. So at one point, I think it was probably about 6 to 8 months ago, there was a lot of discussion that we were talking about precision medicine. So how you can identify maybe a particular cocktail that would be used for someone who has cancer. What do you know about that?
Yes, there's a lot of things that we do, you know, breast cancer, as well as other cancers now. It's not so much about the anatomy of where the cancer is, but really what the personality of the cancer is. So there's certain tests that we can do that pick those things out for us so that we can more precisely treat a patient's cancer based on what that cancer really is inside, whether it's in the breast or somewhere else.
Oh, that is just remarkable. I mean, it certainly is exciting. Is there any other kind of technology that's coming down the pike that you'd like to let us know about?
Well, there's just a couple of things that I wanted to point out at about our beautiful center in Newport. We have a cryotherapy called a cold cap machine
Oh, yeah.
that we offer to patients. Unfortunately, the chemotherapies for breast cancer, for early stage breast cancer, do cause women to lose every piece of their hair. And, you know, that's distressing. And a lot of people in the public don't understand that because they will come in and they say, well, I know someone who had cancer and they didn't lose their hair, which is true for other cancers. But for breast cancer, at this point in time, it is something that will happen to all of these women and men.
Right.
So we have that offered for patients. And then another really cool thing that I like to take advantage of is in our exam rooms, we have a huge, like a TV monitor that we can cast up our electronic medical record for the patient. We can review their labs with them. We can look at scans with them. Something that we do like halfway through an early stage breast cancer treatment is to do an ultrasound imaging in the middle of chemo to make sure that we're on the right track with what we are doing. And we can just show that to a patient, you know, and sometimes, you know, after 1 or 2 or 3 treatments, the tumor is gone.
Wow. Isn't that
So
great?
that's very encouraging. My
Well,
patient.
anytime you can share imaging or lab results or anything like that with the patient, I think they really do get a much better idea of what's going on. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Linda, it was very nice to meet you, and I'm so excited for the City of Hope in Newport Beach. It's really been exciting to talk to everybody there, and thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's just my honor.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful day.
You too.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after this.